I chose this career path because I found an interest in technology. Technology is always advancing, and so there's a huge need for people who are interested in wanting to be a part of that. I'm an electrical engineer, but my title here on base is an electronics engineer, and I focus on software maintenance. We actually write the test cases, so I'm basing all of my information based off of requirements that come from our customer.
Those requirements grow into test scripts, which we use on this station. We press buttons, we simulate pressing buttons, and it's really essential to make sure that we break that code. And what I mean by breaking that code is we push the limits of that code. I'm a test engineer, and I create a test procedure. And depending on what I'm testing, for example, I work on the flight sim. So if we have a requirement that the aircraft has to fly at 5,000 feet, I have to take that requirement and I have to simulate that and make sure that our aircraft can actually fly at 5,000 feet. We have a huge database of just GPS information of what the world looks like. We get that data and we replicate that in a flight sim. So we're able to replicate the world around us. My goal is to make sure that when you're flying from point A to point B, that you have the speed correct, the altitude correct, the wind velocity correct, the accelerations correct, all the ailerons on the aircraft correct. It's very involved, so I need to make sure that the aircraft and the flight sim are perfectly aligned.
We have test points that are on the aircraft that let the flight engineer know if everything is running okay. That information is being stored on a disk and transferred to us. And what we do is we analyze that information and we look at the flight and make sure there are no issues or improvements. I bring it into the lab and I run through them and make sure that the software is doing exactly what the requirement says that it's supposed to do. So I make note of anything and everything that goes well or things that go wrong, so I pass or fail. So if we find a bug, we analyze it first to make sure what we found is actually a bug. We do an analysis, we go on into testing, and then after that, we actually fix it. And how we fix it is we go into the code, we look for kind of triggers that cause the bug to happen. Having to look through lines and lines and lines of code and finding one single problem, which could be a semicolon or a spelling error, to figure that out was challenging to me.
My dad was an engineer. He actually worked on the platform back in the 80s, so right when it was starting. And he got me into it and made me all excited about it. And that's essentially why I'm doing what I am doing. When you go into a STEM career, there is endless possibilities of a career. You could have a job in anything because every single job out there is in some kind of STEM outlook.
It's really important for people to understand that the things that we learn in school for engineering, math, technology, it influences our future. If we don't have people who have those minds that think outside the box, then we have nothing. Math is fun, and seeing how you can use math to build anything. You can use technology to create more technology, and you being a part of that.
I love my job because of the people that I work with. It is a team environment. I just love learning and I love solving issues. The people best suited for this career are problem solvers. People who love math, love science, love technology, love engineering, people who are into software, electronics. This is perfect for you.